Hi, thanks for your interest in getting into Harada's NFT. Of course, this is not financial advice, but I'm going to give you an introduction to what NFTs are and how you can get to collect some of those artwork on the Rarible website using the MATIC network and buying with an Ethereum currency. So first I'm going to give you some general introduction. So this is going to be an introduction for 3 particular collections, but the knowledge is going to be useful for anybody. I will link those links into the description. So first of all, a lot of people are new to collecting NFT and they don't know anything what is blockchain and all that stuff. But you cannot know about blockchain without knowing a little bit about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is essentially a virtual currency and it allows people to exchange value directly from peer-to-peer without an intermediary, a bank. And the bank is essentially replaced by a network of computers that are maintaining a public ledger. So instead of giving a commission to the bank, you are sending money through the internet. It's basically the internet of money, and it's a group of computers that are securing your transaction through the blockchain. And so that's quite new. And so not only you've heard about the cryptocurrency Bitcoin, but you might have heard about Ethereum. And so what Ethereum introduced is that not only you can send money, you can send Ether, but you could also send more complex financial instruments, for example, like making a loan or splitting a transaction. But you could also actually send like a whole piece of software, if you will. And one example of that complexity is exchanging not only currency, but let's say exchanging intellectual property. So for example, sending an image or sending a sound or a video, and being sure that this video is not only the file itself, but you can also attribute all the transaction, who owns it, maybe it's multiple people, but also a lot of metadata, who are the co-creators, what is the license that goes with it, what are the conditions and terms of usage of that intellectual property, etc. And so NFTs are sort of the latest way that you can exchange intellectual property material online directly from peer-to-peer. So that's a very quick introduction, but there's a lot of more detailed material. So a lot of people are going to say, okay, well, why does it matter? Well, what matters is that now you can buy artwork, for example, directly to the artist without going through a bank or a gallery. So you can get from the artist directly. And so that means also that this artwork is traceable, and also that this work now is digital. It can be passed on or sold without any alteration or cost very, very efficiently. A lot of people say yes, but Bitcoin is very bad for the environment. So we are not using Bitcoin in any part of this process. We're using blockchain technology. In this case, we're using Polygon or MATIC network, and this network specifically is carbon negative. So when you are buying something with Visa or MasterCard, you're not really thinking typically about the environmental footprint, but now because Visa and MasterCard, those kind of credit card processor, are part of your everyday life. But it turns out that Polygon, the network that we're using, is actually even greener than those networks, those payment processors. And then you might say, yes, but a lot of NFTs are scam. It is true, a lot of NFT are scam, and that's why you have to be careful when you're buying. You need to make sure that the website is correct, and you need to trace it back to the originator. We have a website on which each of the artwork are traced back, and with a contract that is specified and well documented, so you know that this is the original made by the artist. So, and then the last one is that people say, well, NFTs are just a fad. Well, the artist in this case, Tetsuo Harada, has been making art for more than 50 years, art for peace. And then we're actually using the Arweave blockchain, which is a blockchain which is specifically designed to last a very long time. So it costs us a bit more money to save the image data online. But the Arweave is financially incentivized, so that the people who store the data actually will store the data for more than 200 years. And then we are creating an offline record, so we are actually engraving those images and the list of owners of those NFTs on M disks. And those M disks, they look like DVDs, but the DVDs maybe they can last 10 years, but M disks, they actually are built to last more than 1,000 years, because then they are engraved on a non-organic medium. So even if there's something terrible like a solar magnetic storm, for example, and like all the satellites are destroyed and even the internet is down, M-Disk actually will outlive those networks. And then lastly, the physical artwork. Most of the works of Harada are made of granite. The stone granite is between 300 to 700 million years old. And if you think about the Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, those artwork can last, several thousands of years. So NFTs, maybe now people think it's a fad, but think of it like the internet. Yes, you could, a website exists, but you could, of course you could go and see a physical shop, but websites are pretty useful in the same way that you could go and meet somebody and talk, but phone calls and emails are also pretty useful. So I do think that NFT are going to be there for a very, very long time. So we have 3 collections, and I'm going to take you step by step how to get into those 3 collections. The first one is a free airdrop, so you can go to this domain here, which is also going to be in the description. And to get into this airdrop, what you're going to do is to register a free MetaMask account. So go to metamask.io, make sure you have the right domain, and you go into the download. We recommend you using a Google Chrome browser, or even better if you're using Brave, which is a sort of a Web3 native browser. And once you have installed it, you will need to go into your extension and display. Make this extension, the MetaMask is a little fox face there. Don't share with us your private key or your mnemonic address. What we need from you is the public address so that we can send you the free NFT. So just click on the clipboard and then paste that address into the form. And please inform all the fields so we can do KYC, and then we can send you this NFT for free. Okay, so for the other 2 collections, there are Forms and Energy. Both of them are on rarible.com. But before you go on rarible.com, because we are using the MATIC Polygon Network, you will need to enter those MATIC settings in your MetaMask. So click on the little icons there, and then it will take you to Settings, Network, and then you need to add the MATIC network. So you can add Polygon and all these details that are here. So you can pause and you can enter those. This is very important. Without this, you won't be able to purchase the artwork. And then you can go on the rarible.com website. Make sure you're on the right domain. You will need to connect into MetaMask and sign with your address. And so instead of the Web3 principles that instead of having your email and then a password, you basically sign in with your wallet. Your wallet is your identity, and this is also where you hold your money. Then you can click on buy with 1 ETH or half an ETH, or you could also place a bid. And here, if this is the first time you're using your MetaMask, you will have to add credit to it. So you can simply add credit using a credit card. And so I recommend using Moonpay, and you can choose your currency. And here you will choose on the drop down, don't buy MATIC, you want to buy ETH. So you buy ETH on the MATIC network. It will take a few minutes for your credit card to go through, and then you will see you will see it. So I'm just going to show you very quickly how it's going to look like. You go here, buy with ETH, add funds with the cards. It's going to take you to your Moonpay account. It's possible that they ask you, so you can change your currency depending on where you are. And so here you want to go for Ethereum. And so for example here I'm going to say, let's say I want to buy $1,000 of here you go, $1,200 US. That's over an ETH. You continue, and then it's the traditional way for your credit card. And then you will be, once you have credits, you'll be able to buy here, and it will ask you to sign your transaction again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So once that is done and you have bought this NFT, the beauty of this is that now your NFT is recorded and attached to your account, and you can go on any sort of NFT marketplace or gateway, and you will see your NFT appear there. And so there are many ways that you can display your NFT. You can print it. You can find the higher resolution image. For example, here it will be, in our case, we're using hard as I mentioned, because this is a 200 years guarantee to keep the highest resolution file. You can download it, and once you've downloaded it, so here we have the high resolution TIFF, and you can print this in very big. So that's the, let's say, the first option. You can also display to specialized NFT frame, or if you want, you can also show them into an NFT 2D gallery, or into even the metaverse. So we will build a Tetsuo Harada metaverse web museum. And so yeah, so there are many ways that you could show off on Twitter. Of course, there are many ways you could share your buy and basically show your art collection. So this is it. Thank you very much for your interest into getting into NFT. In this case, with ETH currency on the MATIC network on the Rarible marketplace. I think if you know how to do this, actually, you should now be capable to buy NFT almost on any marketplace, because that's one of the most complex way of doing this, and you could see still manageable. So thanks a lot, and thanks for your interest. Bye bye.